Hey everybody, it is almost time for our Shockwave training and my time together with you. My name is Stacey Kraft and I am super excited to be talking with you today. So it's not quite noon, but if you're live and you're an early bird, congratulations. And we will give people another minute or two to come on live. But if you saw the question above this post, do you say that you love warm chatter or you hate it? Do you love warm chatter or you hate it? Put it in the comments because I want to see. Hey, Devin. Devin's the first one on. Awesome. Congratulations. All right. Well, we got some more people coming on and it just turned 12 o'clock. So let me introduce myself. My name is Stacey Kraft. I am a sales director from Knightstown, Indiana. That's about an hour from Indianapolis. And I have to confess, I am not the warm chatter queen. When they put that on the flyer, I was like, what? I mean, I knew I was teaching a class about this, but I would not name myself the warm chatter queen. And I can see from the comments that some of you aren't either. Like I said, put it in the comments. Do you love warm chatter or do you hate it? And let's see, we've got Ashley hates it. Donna loves it. Buffy hates it. Mary hates it. Hey, Suzanne. Devin needs help. Okay. All right. So you guys are in the right place because I could not say that I loved it. Now, let me tell you what, if you can say that you love it, like I think that's half the battle, maybe, that you're just comfortable talking to people. Because all warm chatter is, Suzanne says she's never met a stranger. All warm chatter is that you're starting conversations with people. And so, if you're already good at that, then we'll talk about like how to make that conversation effective or as effective as you can. But if you don't love it, we'll start there. Okay. So Janie said she's not good at it. Leslie loves it. Okay. Well, you guys might, give us some tips if you love it, like, because, I'm not the expert, but I did learn how to feel more confident at it and, do better. So let me tell you the reason why I, did not love it to begin with was because when I was a new consultant back in the 1900s, at the time, the training on warm chatter was that I would see somebody, let's say it's Donna, and I would compliment her and turn that compliment into a Mary Kay conversation by saying something like, oh my gosh, Donna, like you have such beautiful eyes. I notice things like that because I am in the cosmetics business. And I would love to, get your opinion of the products or feature you in my portfolio or, blah, 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 something like that. Well, and if you guys say that today and it works, then by all means do not change it. But to me, I just felt like giving the compliment and then following it up with asking to do something with my business just didn't feel good to me. Does that make sense? Because I never wanted a person to feel like my compliment was insincere because then I followed it up with, the little spiel about what I do. And so, and I compliment people all the time. Like that is definitely not insincere. It was just the combination and the way that we were taught to do it that didn't set right with me. Okay. So if it sets right with you, then perfect. Check that off your list and keep on doing it. If it doesn't, here is what I learned to do that made warm chattering so much more fun and so much easier. And that was I stuck a little bag of gifts in my purse or in my bag, whatever I was carrying around with me. And so when I would see Kimberly's here, if Kimberly was, we were talking or, she was my waitress or whatever, because you're around people a lot. And I definitely like to engage with people about Mary Kay when I'm around them. And so one of the reasons that I decided to get good at this and become the queen of warm chatter is because, you'd see sharp, beautiful women lots of places, and I didn't want them to pass me by, but I wanted to sound confident in what I was talking about. So let's say that I was talking to Kimberly somewhere, and I said, "Oh my gosh, Kimberly, I would love to give you a gift." Now, if you tell somebody that you would love to give them a gift, what kind of a response are you going to get? Like, "Oh my gosh, like, that's so nice," or "Oh my gosh, like, I haven't had a gift today," or, it's going to be positive, right? And so I would say, "I would love to give you a gift." And she was like, "Okay." And I would reach into my purse and I would say, "Okay, let's see. Would you like a body care gift, a skincare gift, or a color gift?" And she says, "Skincare." And I'm like, "All right, so I've got these two things. I've got a microdermabrasion sample. That's a polisher for your skin. It fights fine lines, reduces the size of your pores, and smooths and softens your skin." And then this other one, here we go. This is a charcoal mask, and it detoxes your pores and pulls all the gunk out. Like, which one would you like? And she says, "Oh, the microdermabrasion." I'm like, "Okay, awesome. So what you're going to do with this is tonight, after you wash your face, there's 2 steps, and you're going to take step 1, put some water on your fingers, a little water on your face, or you might do it in the shower, massage it all around for about a minute. And if it's too abrasive for you, just put more water with it. And then just take a wet cloth and wipe it off. Or if you're in the shower, put your face under the water and let it all wash off. And then after you finish that, you're going to put on the pore minimizer, because this helps close down your pores." Do you feel like you have large pores, or does, you could ask her something about your pores if you wanted to. And she's like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, "Awesome. By the way, it's Mary Kay." Now, I didn't say Mary Kay up until this point, on purpose. Okay. Because I just want to tell her about what I'm giving her. I want her to pick her gift. I'm going to give her the gift, whether or not she gives me her number. She was nice. She was friendly. I'm going to make her day and give her a little gift. So I tell her the gift, show her how to use it. And I say, "Kimberly, would you care if I text you tomorrow to see what you thought about this and I got your opinion of it?" And then she might tell me yes, she might tell me no. Usually she'll tell me yes, "Oh yeah, that'd be fine." I'm like, "Awesome. Okay, jot your number down." Or now I'll put it in my phone. And so I'll put it in my phone, and I'm like, "I'm going to send you a text now, so tomorrow you know that it's me. Do you think you can use it, tonight or in the morning?" Yeah, I could probably do it tonight." "Okay, cool." So I get her number, and then I'll just send her a text that says, "It's Stacey. Oh, by the way, my name's Stacey. I didn't even tell you. I'm Stacey. It's so nice to make a new friend. I'll text you sometime in the morning and just see what you thought about it. Okay?" She's like, "Okay." So me and Kimberly are now friends. She has something to try, and I'm going to follow up on it. Now, the other thing that I had to do is I had to say, "Would it be okay if I sent you a text?" Now, this used to be in the 1900s. It was in the phone calling days, okay? But today you could send a text or you could call. "Would it be okay if I sent you a text just to follow up and see what you thought about it?" She's like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be fine." I said, "Great. Jot your number down, or let me get your number, and I will text you in the morning." Okay? I had to be very specific so that I wouldn't chicken out on the follow-up. Because if I say, "I'll text you in a couple days," well, I may or may not do it. But if I say, "I'll text you in the morning, do you think you could use that tonight? Or maybe tomorrow?" I mean, I make the timing make sense, okay? And she says yes. And I'm like, "All right." So then when I leave, I put it in my date book, or I set an alarm in my phone that says I say it like this: "Kimberly wants me to text her," or "Kimberly wants me to call her to follow up on the microderm." Like I just worded it differently. I didn't write follow up with Kimberly. Now I could, but then I had to like give myself positive reinforcement. So it would literally say in my date book, tomorrow morning or whatever time I said I would do it, because then it was an integrity issue for me. If I said I was going to follow up specifically tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or whatever I said, that was holding me to it because I said I would do it. So that was just a little thing that helped me. And then I'll do that. Like I'll reach out and say, Kimberly, it's Stacey. Hey, what'd you think of the microdermabrasion last night? And, you know, hopefully at this point, she texted me back, she says, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Hey, you know what? You were so kind to give me your opinion of that. I would love to get your opinion of some of our other products. Would you be open to, you know, getting together for a blah, blah, blah? Like I loved what Joyce said a couple weeks ago, a personal beauty experience. You can say whatever you want. Like, would you be open to getting together for a fill in the blank, whatever you want to get together for? But the point is we can then take it to the next level. So is that helpful? It was super helpful for me. Okay, so Kimberly said she carries bags with her all the time. Yeah, now you guys might have some of these. If you do, put them in your bag. And if she says color, I would do something like this. Now, if you have all three colors and you can match your eyes, then more power to you. If you don't, you've just got a couple color cards, then, you know, I'd say, okay, so I have this color look, like I have this one or this one. Let me show you the colors. These are the eyeshadows, the blush, the lipstick. Like which one of these do you think looks more like you? Or which one do you want to try? And so she picks. You know, if you've got all three, then you can do them to the colors or to the color of their eyes. But don't get bent out of shape about what you may or may not have. Just work with what you have. And so, and then I would say, okay, these are the eyeshadows, the blush, the lipstick. Now you might need like to use your finger for this lipstick, but you know, it comes in a tube, of course, like if you decide you love it. And I say, here's a guide to show you where to put it, you know, and then I'll say, you know, hey, it's so nice to meet a new friend. Like, by the way, it's Mary Kay. And you're so nice to try that or to take this. Would you mind if I sent you a text in the morning and got your opinion of the colors? And she's like, no, you know, so same conversation. No, she doesn't say no. I said, she's like, no, she's like, yeah, that'd be fine. So I get her number and I follow up because she wants me to follow up with her tomorrow to ask, right? Okay. So whatever kind of samples you have, let them become gifts so you can hand them out to people and start the conversation. Now I don't even have to have the gifts and I can talk to people and turn it into a conversation about Mary Kay. But I'm here to tell you, these saved me by just being able to let it be the reason that I was going to talk to someone and bring up my business. Okay, let's talk about another way that I've warm chattered over the years. And that is to have either my business cards or lookbooks with me, on me. I mean, I typically always have my business cards on me as long as I have my purse. If I don't have a purse or a bag, then I don't have them. But, you know, and to just pass them out. And you know what you say when you pass them out? You say, here, this is for you. And that's all you have to say. And I'm telling you guys, you need to do this as an experiment. Angel Fry has I can't remember how many it is, the lookbook challenge, like to pass out 30 or 40 or 60. I can't remember. Angel will tell us lookbooks in a month, and we're getting ready to start a new month. So I think that would be a super great challenge, or to pass out, you know, 30 business cards in a month. But anytime you give money to someone, you want to give them your business card or the lookbook or whatever, because your goal is to get that money back in the form of product sales and profits. Okay. So that's a little challenge for you, but you just say, here, this is for you. Now, here's why you need to do the experiment, because you will probably be surprised how many people are like, oh my gosh, Mary Kay. Like, I've been looking for somebody who does Mary Kay, or I haven't seen Mary Kay forever, or like, it's just positive. And when it's positive, I think that is super inviting and super encouraging. And I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, like, when's the last time you tried it? And they're like, oh, it's been forever ago. And I'm like, well, I would love to, do a beauty experience with you and show you what's new. Jot your number down. I'm not going to ask her. Okay. Jot your number down. I don't say that anymore. I say, let me get your number, and I'll pull out my phone and just send her a text with her number. I'll say, I'm going to send you a text. And when I get back to my date book, I'll text you again and we can compare schedules and figure out what works to get together. Does that sound like fun? And when you say, does that sound like fun? You nod your head. So let me get your number. Because don't say, can I get your number? Would you want to give me your number? No. If I'm like, oh my gosh, let me get your number. And, so anyway, it's in the form that you say it a lot of times that the enthusiasm helps. Now, if I give this to somebody and I say, here, this is for you. And they're like, people have seriously done this. I don't know what's wrong with people. And I'll never forget, this one girl was like, oh, and laid it aside. So what did I say next, you might ask? Nothing. I don't want to fight that battle. I didn't say anything. I went on about my life, and that was it. Because I really don't know that I have the positive mental energy to get people excited about somebody being nice to them. Now, if you want to say something, knock yourself out. I'm not saying you can't say anything. I'm just saying I give them out. If I get a positive response, I go on. And if I get a negative one, I don't. So you can do what you want, but the point is you're passing them out. And you'll be surprised how often people light up when you're passing books out or your business card. Okay, now, if you're like, I don't know if I can do that, I need to start small, I want to start with baby steps, then I want you to break it down like this. Take the first week 1, and all you're going to do is pass things out. You're going to just hand out your business card. You can give it to the person in the drive-thru and drive away if you want. You can send it back through the bank machine, that little tube that goes through the thing. You can send it back through the bank machine. But your job is in week 1 is just to pass things out. Don't feel guilty if you don't get anybody's name back. We're building your confidence little steps at a time, okay? So week 1 is pass things out. Week 2 is pass it out and give her a compliment. Or say, here, this is for you. I just would love to get to know you better. You're working so hard here. I would love to get to know you better. Or here, this is for you. You've done such a great job today. But you're passing out and saying something, okay? You could say, I'd love to get your number and get your opinion, and take it to the next level. But if you can only just give her a compliment, give it to her, and that's where your confidence is at, okay, that's where you're going to be in week 2. And then in week 3, we're going to get her number, okay? We're going to ask for her number. And so if I said, here, this is for you, and she's like, oh, awesome, thanks. Then I would say, hey, could I get your number? Would you be open to seeing some of the new things that we have? Now I did ask if I could get it because that conversation doesn't quite flow as well because she didn't respond to me because she's not here. This is all make-believe. I'm making it up. But you're going to ask for her number or get her number for a purpose in week 3. Okay. So you just got to get in the habit and you got to work up to it so that you can get better. That's how you get better, by doing it. I mean, the reason that my words are so much better than they used to be is because I would get in the car many times and be like, oh my gosh, why did I say that? Or I can't believe I said that. I'm like, I cannot say that again. I'll tell you one thing you can't say again, or I had to mentally change in my vocabulary, was to say, say I was giving out the sample and I would say, so just here, use it and then let me know what you think. Well, how is she going to let me know what she thinks? I mean, I should probably have my sticker on the back, but I don't. And secondly, I didn't give her my card. And even if I did, there's a really slim chance that like she's reaching out to me. Okay. So I was like, okay, well, I got to quit saying, because that was just a habit. Let me know what you think. Get back to me. Like just a habit. I had to change it to, hey, would it be okay if I like text you tomorrow and see what you thought about this? So I had to change it. Okay. So that's how you learn what you got to change, is by saying stuff that you decide needs changed, that did not work. Okay. Oh, Robin said she's had the negative reaction and book got put aside and somebody else in the office picked it up. Yeah. So you never know. Like maybe she wasn't the one it was intended for. Okay. So let's talk about the second thing that I was going to talk to you about today is making meaningful connections in your community. And this is kind of like warm chatter, but you're going to go someplace on purpose to meet some people and connect with them. And this is a really great month to do this. Now you can do this any time of the year, but in May, we have Teacher Appreciation Day, Nurses Appreciation Day. We just had Administrative Professionals Appreciation Day. We have Mother's Day. There's probably other appreciation days that I don't know about. So, you could really work this all month long in May. But when there are connections in your community, I want you to think about when you're in a conversation and you're talking to somebody anyway. Like, okay, this just happened last night. My husband is the coach of my son's baseball team. And so I'm talking to a mom on the baseball team. And I said, hey, I am in a challenge this month to get 30 people's opinions of our skincare. Would you be open to coming over even like one day during practice and we just sit down and like try some skincare and see what you think? And she was like, sure. And so, she was here last night. She ended up bringing her daughter and it was $264. So actually it's probably like $300 because I gave her a little coupon as a thank you. So, I'm talking to her anyway. We're seeing each other anyway. But, as soon as the baseball team gets formed, I don't maybe I should, I don't know. I don't text all the moms and be like, okay, first order of business is everybody must have a Mary Kay facial. I should try that. I've never tried that. That might work. But when we're in the space anyway, I bring it up at some point. And I bring it up in a way that sounds like I hadn't been thinking about it for the last 3 weeks that I've known her son's been on the team. Okay. So I'll say something like, hey, can I ask you a random question? And she will say, sure. And I'm like, well, I'm in this challenge to get 30 people's opinions of our new foundations. And would you be open to coming over one day and we like do a quick skincare thing and I match your foundation? Because I'm trying to learn all the shades and see what you think. Does that sound like fun? I'll say that a lot too, because I'm like, does that sound like fun? And if you smile and nod and like say, does that sound like fun? The people smile and nod with you, which was also a mental thing for me because I'm like, well, she thinks this sounds like fun. We're good to go. Now I can't promise that everything works out, but those little mental things help me. Okay. So I'll say, hey, could you help me with something? Or, could I ask you a random question? And I kind of say it like I just thought of it. I want to tell you another word that I, was using that I stopped using. And again, if this word works for you, then keep using it. But there was a time when I would say, I'd love to pamper you. And it's not that I wouldn't like to pamper her, but I actually found that if somebody was helping me with something, it was more holdable. If that's the word I want to use, it happened more often than if it was for them. Now, I don't know what this says about women, but think about this for a minute. I just heard this example the other day and I thought it was like so true. If we're leaving for a Mary Kay event, like on Sunday, and today is, what is today? Thursday. And you have the choice, or I have the choice between getting a massage or getting my hair done, because like maybe my roots are coming out and showing, and you can only do one, which appointment are you taking? Well, I'm going to take the hair appointment all day long. Okay. The massage is for pampering. I love a massage as much as the next guy, but I'm going to take the hair appointment. And the number one thing that women love to do is help people. I mean, you think about if somebody called you today and asked you to help with something, I'm going to say, unless you learned how to say no from Pam Shaw, that there's a 95% chance that you're going to say yes. Okay. Just because that's who women are. Also, the number one thing that women do not like to do is to ask for help. So you got to get past that and realize that people like to help. So again, and this is perfect timing for this, you guys, because you want to be setting up these foundation matching appointments like now. So when you can order your foundations and they get here, then you're ready to go and you can start matching them. And I know you might stumble through it in the beginning, but that's okay. That's like the way that we're all going to learn when we get them in our hands. But you can also make it as simple as so many faces in a week or in a month, because I know you're working for that. You could also say, hey, I'm in this course right now and I get points for every new face that I do, and I get opinions of the products. Would you be open to getting together and, because you get Shockwave points, right? For every face that you do. And I also love the phrase, would you be open to? Because to me, if she says no, that means no, I am not an open-minded person and I would not be open to that. And I can let that go all day long. And versus if I said, I'd love to get together with you and blah, blah, blah. And she says no, then even though it shouldn't be personal, I know like it shouldn't be, I'm like, it feels more personal. Okay. So I just like to say, would you be open to? Because if it turns out she's closed-minded, then whatever. All right, so let's go on to your community, because the first part of the community is people you're around all the time anyway, or you cross paths with. And I want to remind you of Mary Kay's 3-foot rule. I don't know if you know this or not, but Mary Kay used to talk about the 3-foot rule. And that was to share with everybody who came within 3 feet of you about the products and the opportunity. So I am going to now teleport that 3-foot rule into your brain so that you now think about it with every person that comes within 3 feet of you. Okay. You have your reticular activators are set to notice every person that comes within 3 feet of you and now be ready to observe the 3-foot rule. But with all those days that I mentioned before, teachers, nurses, administrative professionals, moms, there's lots of different ways that you can honor them. You could contact your local school or schools and go in and set up a little giveaway pampering moment for the teachers. Now, I'm not talking about pampering with faces. I mean, if you can get that accomplished, then fine. But I'm talking about like satin hands, do some giveaways, maybe satin lips, maybe pass out some lip color samples, like short and sweet. You could do this in a bank. There's usually several women in a bank. I've done them in doctor's offices, and it's usually like in the lunch hour time if they typically don't leave, or they might have enough time to like stop into the break room and do satin hands, do satin lips, put on a little lip gloss, fill out a form because I'm doing a giveaway, and the form is just something that says name, address, phone number. I can post one in here. I actually meant to have it in front of me before I started and I don't. But so they're filling that out. So before I leave, I pull a winner, and I might give away like 2 or 3 prizes. Some of them might be discontinued product. They might be like a $20 value prize. I wrap them and they're ready to go. So I'm giving a few things away. I got some names and they feel great. And I also have conversations with them as they're coming in and doing satin hands, doing satin lips, looking at lip color. And sometimes I do take books. Sometimes people will mill around. They have more time. Every once in a while, I've got an order, but that's not my goal. My goal is to meet them, to connect with them, and then to follow back up and put them, like do the giveaway that day, but say, hey, I also do a giveaway every month from all of the women that I honor, and you won a pampering session and a $20 gift certificate, or a skincare experience and a $20 gift certificate. So I'm going to contact them later. Now, it's very possible that we already talked about that when I was there doing the stuff with them. And so I just set it up to, give them a call. So you've got schools, daycares. Now, if some daycares have, or preschools have the drop off, you can do it for the staff, okay? But you can also do it for the parents. If the people have to bring their children inside to drop off and pick up. Some daycares or preschools, like, they just stay in the car and drive around. And so that's not going to work very well. But if they bring them in, like if it's early in the morning, you could have juice and some little mini muffins. If it's, at 5, you could have like some waters and I don't know, like a little thing, cookies or something. So they could, grab a little snack, fill out the thing to enter your giveaway and go on. And you got some names. And by the way, when I do a giveaway for anything really, like people are going to ask you to donate to stuff, to silent auctions, to raffles, or if I'm doing a giveaway at, the daycare or the doctor's office or whatever, or a booth, like if you're a vendor someplace, my giveaway is always an experience with a gift card. I got tired of giving away baskets full of product or satin hands to never hear from the person again, okay? So whatever value I would have put in that giveaway basket, I transfer it to a gift card, and I give away a pampering experience or a skincare experience or a color analysis with a gift card to spend at their appointment. So, I'm not giving anything away until I meet the person. And then by all means, I'll give them exactly what they earned. But then you can have runner-up winners too, and they might not win your big gift card, but they're going to win the same session and a $20 gift card. So you can, have multiple winners. Okay, well, I have given you a lot of ideas, and I meant to preface this by saying you don't have to do all of them. Just as you were listening today, or as you were watching the replay, look for the 1 or 2 things that stood out to you and put those into practice. There'll be time to do the others later down the road, but put those into practice. So put it in the comments if you watch the replay or if you're on here with me live today, which thing you will do first to start the warm chattering and honoring people in your community. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye.